Welcome back to the video blog. My name is Adam Daniel Mezei. I'm a PMD, producer of marketing and distribution at pmdforhire.com. I want to tell you about a project that is going to be expiring in the next 24 hours. It's a documentary film called Bloodsworth, and it's a film that's being put together by somebody who I consider a colleague, a good friend, and somebody whose work and accomplishments I respect innately and tremendously. It's a Kickstarter campaign. For those of you who don't know what Kickstarter is, it's basically a platform where you go out into the public and you basically solicit them for donations of varying amounts to help you complete various goals in relation to your piece of art. In this case, it's a documentary, it's a film. It's the third film that Gregory Bayne is mounting. This is a film about Kirk Noble Bloodsworth. I thought that I would wear my prison orange to basically highlight the fact that for 3,289 days, for 284,169,100 seconds, for 4,736,160 minutes, for 78,936 hours, in fact for 496 consecutive weeks, which makes 1 year and 11 months, Kirk Bloodsworth was imprisoned in a Maryland penitentiary for a crime he didn't commit. Don Hamilton's body, 9-year-old Don Hamilton's body, was discovered face down in a field, murdered by somebody who the police cooked up a whole gimmick to say that it was Kirk Bloodsworth who was the culprit. In fact, Kirk Bloodsworth was shorter than the actual culprit, didn't even share the same hair color nor even the same facial features. On trumped-up charges, he was thrown violently into jail and made to battle the system, very much like Reuben Carter, to battle the system and basically protest his innocence daily, look deep within inside himself to find a reason to go on, to find a reason to carry on through, and to find a reason to battle each and every day the system that did nothing to help him, that did everything in its power to bury all possible evidences that could exonerate Kirk Bloodsworth and make him a free man. Gregory Bayne's going to be focusing in the documentary using archival footage, photos from the time, and of course interviews with Kirk Bloodsworth, which you can go and see now at thislovelymachine.com, which is Gregory Bayne's production company site. And as of right now, the Kickstarter campaign, which you should tweet, stands at 252 backers with over 20,000 to be exact. It's $20,292 of $25,000. That's the target that must be reached, or else none of the pledge donations can be collected by Gregory Bayne, which he intends on using to put together a 25-minute kind of a promo clip, which is an advance warning or kind of a shot across the bow of what you can be seeing in the full documentary, in addition to being able to hire a couple of additional personnel, people like Patrick Ben Olkin, whose music is atmospheric and really adds an ethereal sense to what's going on in the documentary. What you got to do, and this is why I'm making this video, I want you to start following Gregory Bayne. Start following Gregory Bayne on Twitter and use hashtag Bloodsworth, a very apt name actually for this project, given the fact that in 1993 Kirk Noble Bloodsworth was exonerated based on DNA evidence, the first U.S. prisoner exonerated for being exonerated for a crime he did not commit, being based on DNA evidence which was used for the first time in a court of law in the United States. I want you to follow Gregory Bayne. I want you to retweet a lot of the action that's going on, because as you follow Gregory Bayne, you'll see other people who are retweeting Greg's tweets about the status updates for the project. You have 1 day left, and Greg's not going to be sleeping this day at all. He's going to be basically, just don't want the camera to fall, he's going to be up all night monitoring the channels, and I'll be monitoring it with him. So I encourage you to help Greg put this project into play. We now have a ball game. And I respect what Greg does implicitly. I think he's an extremely articulate filmmaker. I've spent time with Greg And I know he's a very good man, he's a solid character, and he's a solid performer in this industry, and he's fully supportive of the indie efforts, and he's covered in all the usual suspects. You can Google his name and you can see basically what he's been up to. For all of my friends and followers and people who don't know Gregory Bayne, please have a look at some of his past projects, like Jen's Pulver Driven, and this is set to be Greg's third consecutive successful Kickstarter campaign. Support Gregory Bayne, support Bloodsworth, support the efforts of people like Kirk Noble Bloodsworth to ensure that nobody ever again is imprisoned for trumped up charges on false evidence for agendas that must be satisfied by police departments that just can't get their job done right. My name is Adam Daniel Mezei, I'm a PMD, and I fully support what Gregory Bayne's doing with #Bloodsworth. Thank you again for your time, and please support the project.